Subscribe to our YouTube Club 520. We clowning on that mother.
Just hit the button.
God.
Don't ask more questions.
Subscribe.
We gotta talk about Oakland.
Yeah.
Like we said.
My hood.
Yeah.
The Big Leo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a lot of talented point guards come out of Oakland. Obviously, y'all had a conversation recently on another podcast, and y'all was talking about top guards in Oakland. Yeah. And we brung up Dame Lillard, Jason Kidd, and you. And I went with Dame. That's my class. That's the guys I grew up playing against. I think Simba said.
Simba might have.
He said J Kidd.
He said
Simba
J
said J
Kidd.
Kidd.
He said J
Yeah,
Kidd.
and everybody else said you.
Right.
And I seen what you said. Your response.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love for you to elaborate a little more on your response.
It made sense to me. I get it because he the OG of the shit. Yeah.
Nah, but when you really start, because obviously Dame my guy, you know Dame, that's our guy. But when you start breaking it down, like, hold on, I averaged 20 points and Simple was over there saying like, you did.
Yeah, because people forget how you score, bro.
Yeah, what you said, people forgot how I scored. People think about my defense.
Yeah.
Y'all got to understand, man, I was scoring like, for 8 straight years, I was scoring over 20 points a game.
Fact.
You feel what
That's
I'm saying? And then I was getting down, locking down people, and then averaging 8 assists and 3 steals. Got to understand that's the way the game goes. And people don't understand. I scored over like 21,000 points.
People forget that.
Everybody they overlooked that. But what I say is about my 2 youngsters, right?
Yeah.
Jay, I raised him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand, Jay didn't start scoring until the end of his years, of his career, right? So if we break it down, Jay is a better passer than me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Defender, he's not. You know what I'm saying? Scorer, he's not. But he's a great IQ guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dame is my youngster. You know what I'm saying? We can't put Dame in that situation right now because he's not fulfilled all his things that he's done. But he's made his mark on the NBA as that shooting and scoring and stuff.
Yeah.
Dame is a little bit different, the point guard, than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because his era came a little different.
Yeah.
It's about scoring here and now. It's not about passing the ball, getting other people into the game. Jason was a better rebounder than both of us. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different than what we do. Dame didn't steal the ball like we stole the ball. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a
so
big fact.
it's a little different than what we're talking about eras.
Yeah.
It's an era thing.
Yeah.
I get it. Everybody has their opinion about a lot of stuff. But I just say, where they from?
Yeah.
From Oakland. You feel what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
we breed that. And that's just the way we're different. I'm the OG. You know what I'm saying? So we did a little different. You guys didn't watch me as much, but you know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't watch me as much.
No, we
Y'all
watched.
You watch.
We a little older than him. We watch.
But y'all, it'll be like that, but it was like,
He talking about overall.
y'all
Yeah.
era is, like you
I'm
say,
just saying, only
Dame
I
is
feel
your
like
guy.
that because I
Played
played
against
yeah.
him. Right.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I always tell people, it's about an era, what y'all did.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like people to ask me about a GOAT, because a GOAT ain't going to work for me.
Okay.
Because y'all didn't play the same time as each other played. So I can't tell you about a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? All of us was good. You feel what I'm saying?
I like
so
that.
you just think about stats. That's why people go with a GOAT. They think about stats. They say, oh, he won this many, he won that many. But did he play against him? Did he get out at him like that? No, they didn't. Nothing too many play against Larry Bird. One of the coldest little motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
Indiana's finest, baby.
What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, you know, we didn't play against Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who couldn't stop Scott Hook and Wilt Chamberlain. Everybody breaking Wilt Chamberlain's records.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
They breaking all his records. And they talk about, well, he was in the 60s or whatever. Well, he was 22, 21. Still was the same. You know what I'm saying? So we don't do GOATs here, man. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't do GOATs. So, but the point guard thing in Oakland, them 3 was pretty good. Us 3 was pretty damn good.
Y'all
some of the best point guards that ever played basketball.
And and 2 of us is in the Hall of Fame in top 75.
Yo.
Dame is already on the top 75. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We're doing a thing. You know, Dame he might score more points than both of us, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think when they go to New York and say that stuff about the point guards, You know, we got the point guards over here in the Bay and this West.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
another. It's a trio like that. nowhere else.
LA.
LA got some point guards,
LA,
but
Baron-
all
Baron-
top 75.
Baron Davis.
Baron, but I'm saying they all
James
top
Harden and
75.
Russ. Same,
But,
that's your three.
the two made the top 75. BD is my youngster.
He nice.
Which if he wouldn't have got hurt, he
that's
would
a
have been
fire trio.
colder.
Yeah.
It would have been, you know what I'm saying? But if we'd have played them three, it would have been a battle.
Yes.
Great
You gotta
bonus.
understand,
No,
but y'all
for
gotta
sure.
understand though. Paul Pierce is from Oakland, California too. He was born in Oakland, California. He moved to LA.
Okay.
So we got another top.
Yeah,
75.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Quintessential.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Paul Pierce grew up around the corner from me. I grew up with his brother and them. He moved from Oakland when he was 11. And went to LA. Yeah, ask him
Why
about
don't
it.
OG for
Ask him
that?
about
Nah.
it.
Thank you. I can't wait to talk to Paul
Pierce
now.
is on my yeah, I tell him.
He ain't no
He
LA
don't like,
boy.
He ain't no LA boy. He grew up. He was born in Oakland. He's born in Oakland and left when he's 11. So let me break it down to y'all. That's where the game go. You feel what I'm saying?
Game,
So we got a lot of top 75s and Hall of
Yeah.
Famers. You know what I'm saying?
So you was
in
the
this
OG.
game.
Who like showed you the way coming up in Oakland? Like who put the ball in your hands?
My daddy, really, man.
For real?
You guys, my daddy coached everybody we talking about. Everybody. Every one of these guys, y'all we talking about, my daddy coached them and touched hands on them. Yeah. So they brought me into that. I really idolized George Gervin, who is my stepdad now, like my step-pops to now. But as coming up in the hood in Oakland, my daddy was the one who put hands on me and touched me. You know, and he touched a lot of them. He coached Jay, you know. Dame came a little too later because he was in a later but he played against my daddy and my daddy's teams and stuff like that. But that was it. You know, you got to understand, we had B. Shaw, we had Antonio Davis, we had Greg Foster,
AD.
we had all of them, Cliff Robinson. We had
Headband.
a lot of players. Y'all forgot Bill Russell was from Oakland. Paul Silas is from Oakland.
R.I.P.
We done had a lot of basketball players. That
Yeah,
can get it,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, y'all ever go get a new phone and be like, man, this is a good promo, and then a couple months later, surprise, your bill is totally different.
But with Boost Mobile, man, it's $25 for everything. It ain't no price hikes. When I say $25 for everything, I mean $25 for everything. And it's forever. Forever, ever.
Boost Mobile is now legit nationwide 5G network. They've invested billions of dollars across the country.
Listen, visit boostmobile.com or head to your local Boost store today and tap in unlimited talk, text, and data. $25 a month forever. They ain't switching up.
That's $25 forever. Text, talk, data, no matter what, just $25.
5G speeds not available in areas after 30 gigabytes. Customers may experience slower speeds. Customers pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on Boost Mobile's unlimited plan.
Tap in, boostmobile.com.
Man, y'all better tap in $25, man, forever.